Deputy Director of the Asia Division at Human Rights Watch. So Phil, to see people arming themselves, we know young people have been training in the jungle, something that a former Myanmar official told me not long ago would have been unheard of years ago. How significant is this to see the violence now in a major city?
Well, it's become very significant. What we're looking at is a situation where the young people and the general population of Myanmar are just not going to go along with military rule. And we've seen the spread of this People's Defense Force from a general concept, which was just 6 weeks ago, to a real thing where you have people arming themselves in places like Mandalay, the second largest city in the country, and then facing this raid by military forces, which led to this latest firefight and a number of deaths. It shows that the resistance of the people to the military is going to continue. It also shows that they're prepared to use violence in order to defend themselves. And I think that, unfortunately, this really shows that we are headed to a protracted conflict where human rights abuses will occur on both sides. And we've already seen that with various civilians being killed, local government official being targeted, bombs being set off in public areas. All this is very bad for Myanmar, and it really comes to the point that this started because the Myanmar military decided to have a coup and remove a popularly elected government.
Yeah, for many weeks now, the worry has been that this was looking ominous, that this was headed for a civil war. To see violence in Myanmar today, is there a sense there that this is the start of something bigger, that this is really beginning full on now?
No one really sees a way out at this point.
Right.
That is the real problem. I mean, people have talked about various scenarios saying, maybe there'd be some defections from the military or breaks in the ranks. We're not seeing those. And that the military has been, thinking that they're going to be able to intimidate everybody and make them go quiet. And that's not working either. So the ongoing resistance, I think both sides are involved in a tug of war. And increasingly, it's not just a political tactics, but it's also about use of violence in cities and urban areas. This is very worrisome. And as I said, I think that the civilians are going to be the ones that bear the brunt of this.
Also remarkable to see the leader of the junta now in Moscow as a leader, talking about possible military cooperation with Russia. What does Russia see in this? What are its interests here?
Well, Russia has blood on its hands just as much as Min Aung Hlaing does. They are the ones that have been providing a significant amount of armaments, including much of the air capacity, the helicopters and the fighter planes that have been used to bomb civilian establishments, schools, churches, you name it. Russia has decided they're playing realpolitik. They see the U.S. and the European Union lined up on the other side, supporting the democracy forces and demanding a restoration of democratic rule. And they've decided to double down on their erstwhile ally, the military of Myanmar.
It's been heartbreaking listening to former officials who had to leave because of the coup on their own choice. For example, the Myanmar ambassador to the UN, literally begging the world to do something to help and to support democracy. Why is it so difficult for other nations seeing this happen to really do anything to tip the scale or to assist?
Well, it's an excellent question. Unfortunately, I think Myanmar is seen as certainly a moral challenge, but something that's peripheral to the larger discussion of international affairs. I mean, we have some countries that have implemented targeted sanctions, which are very welcome, the US, the EU, Canada, and others. But then we also have Russia and China, which are defending this military regime, and many countries that are sort of sitting on the sidelines. They don't really care that much. And that is the problem, that with the international community not taking a stand, the people of Myanmar are going to do it themselves. And that is what we're seeing now with this rise of these People's Defense Forces and the increased use of violence attacking police and military targets in major cities.
Exactly. It is chilling to watch this devolve. Phil, thank you for your expertise.